If you've ever been uncomfortable in a restaurant because of your size, I know the struggle, and that's why I'm making today's video. Today's video is all about how restaurants can be more size inclusive and accessible for people of all sizes and abilities. With this video, I hope to educate some restaurant owners so that they can make their restaurants more size inclusive and accessible. Here are my 10 solutions for how restaurants can create a more inclusive environment. Solution number 1, comfortable seating. Restaurants should provide spacious and sturdy chairs without armrests so that people of all sizes can dine comfortably. Solution number 2, flexible table arrangements. Offer adjustable table configurations with ample space in between so people in larger bodies can navigate everything comfortably. Solution number 3, accessible restrooms. Ensure restrooms are spacious and can comfortably accommodate plus-size individuals and those with disabilities. Solution number 4, reservation flexibility. Allow guests to request seating preferences during the reservation process. This will allow people to choose seating that suits their needs. Solution number 5, provide key information on your website. Provide key information like table configurations, seat dimensions, chair weight capacities, and more on your website where it's easily accessible. Solution number 6, ensure that your tables are not secured to the ground. Make sure they can be moved to make room for individuals who might need more space. Solution number 7, offer more room in booth seating. Make sure that there's plenty of space to move around between the table and booth seat. This will ensure that people of various body sizes can sit there and be comfortable. Solution number 8, staff training. Train staff on what type of accommodations can help plus-size individuals have a better experience. Solution number 9, outdoor dining. If you've got an outdoor dining area, make sure you have some chairs without armrests. And opt for chairs that do not have metal grating. This is a small change that can create a more open and inclusive atmosphere. And last but not least, solution 10, showcase photos. Consider showcasing photos of your typical seating and table setups on your website. It helps people plan ahead and sets the stage for a comfortable and welcoming dining experience. And these are just some of the ways that restaurants can become more size-friendly and inclusive. Check out my blog at the top of my profile for more.
All right, the preceding video obviously is from someone who is a so-called fat activist or a fatfluencer or whatever you want to call it. She's obviously advocating for, improving her experience in life, making it more comfortable for her. And, I would advocate, say, she's doing, I think, a pretty reasonable job making these requests. The reality of that is, for restaurants to comply with that, depending on the size, I mean, it may be very costly for some of them. There is something called the American Disabilities Act where, certain businesses of a certain size have to put in wheelchair ramps and, accessible toilets and things like that, which, was passed, I don't know how many years ago, in the 70s, I think, something like that. But, the reality is, if we're going to see more and more morbidly obese people sort of making these demands to be accommodated for, the question is it ultimately harming or helping them? In a lot of cases, people will not make change. I see this every day. They will not make, appropriate, I guess, beneficial change until they experience some level of discomfort or pain. You can't, you all know people that say they didn't change, they didn't quit drinking until they hit rock bottom, or they didn't change their diet until they had a heart attack or got diabetes or something like that. So there's usually some level of pain or, pain point that drives the beneficial changes there. And so if we just accommodate, does it lead to a point that no one ever gets better? And I don't know this girl. I don't know if she's trying to improve on her own health. Maybe she's just decided that, hey, I'm buying into the narrative that there's nothing I can do. There's no lifestyle, diet, exercise that could possibly benefit me. This is the way I am, and I'm going to accept it. And I'm accepting that sort of narrative that's being pushed, lately by large and funded by processed food companies. Imagine that. Can you imagine that they're actually telling people that you're hopeless, that you have no hope, just accept this? And so now we have to fight for acceptance, and it's not that we should, ridicule or, attack these people. I saw the comments on this about, installing a feeding trough and why the hell are you going to a restaurant in the first place type of thing. I mean, that's obviously mean-spirited, but at the same time, the more you accommodate, the more you create, and so if we want to create a world where, not just 42% of the population is obese as it is now in the United States, where 75% of the population is obese, and they're just, I don't even know if what I would call is living, I mean, existing, is what you have. And so what does that do to society when literally everybody is sick? Every single person is sick, and limited in what they can contribute and what they can do. I mean, it's not a particularly sort of appealing future in my view. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. You know, should we make these accommodations for these people? Should we just say, hey, too bad? Should we do like Japan, where we don't even have large clothes? You know, if you get too big, you just got no clothes you can wear. And you know, in that society, there's very, very few people outside of the sumo wrestlers, right? But outside of that, there's like nobody's obese, right? Anyway, it's interesting. Let me know what you guys think. I just got done having to say, you know, this is the thing. I had a nice, juicy, wonderful, delicious steak, and I'm full. I'm good. I don't need to eat anything. And, you know, again, I talk about obesity, and we've now seen literally, I don't even know how many people that were morbidly obese. We're talking weight loss well in excess of 100 pounds, sometimes 200, 300 pounds, using a carnivore diet to, you know, turn on that off switch, I suppose, is the gal I interviewed the other day, Lindy, talked about. All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.